Good afternoon. How is everyone? My name is SaveWithCrypto from the planet SaveWithCrypto, and also, strangely enough, the YouTube channel as well. And I'm here with Maff. Hello, Maff.
Hello. Hi. How's it going?
It's going pretty well, actually.
Going. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's amazing how these coincidences keep mounting up, isn't it? So, name is SaveWithCrypto, YouTube channel SaveWithCrypto, and from the planet SaveWithCrypto as well.
I know. I've never even thought about it, but yeah, it's
until you mentioned it. Never even
it is,
crossed
as
my
you
mind.
would say, uncanny.
Yeah, basically.
That's your favourite word, isn't it?
One of them, I think, incongruent is it might replace it fairly soon. Partly because I can't really say it properly. So,
Okay. Well, not my favourite words, but every time I listen back to myself, I sound so much like I'm from Stoke. I keep saying all the time after every sentence, and it's starting to irritate me now. So now I've said it, everyone's going to hear it and comment.
yeah.
So
you can't unhear it once you heard it. Yeah.
I can't. You can take the boy out of Stoke, but you can't take the Stoke out of the boy, as my grandmother never said, actually. But anyway,
Well,
no, she never said that.
Wise grandma who never said that.
No, she never said that ever. Anyway,
That makes her wise.
she wasn't actually. She was. Anyway, I won't slag off my grandmother, but she wasn't the brightest. I don't know. I suppose in the 20s, they sort of, it was more about getting them goats milked rather than sort of education, wasn't it? I suppose.
A bit, yeah. I mean, was she good at milking goats? Did she have like the three-legged stool and everything?
She had 3 legs.
Well, I mean, there's got to be a talent in there somewhere. I'm sure. Just do like Irish jig dancing or something.
There was a photo of her with a goat, so I assume she sort of knew.
Okay.
Well, there was a goat and there was a bucket, so I assume there was, she was milking. I don't know, maybe she just giving it some carrots or something that were in the book. I don't know. Anyway, but that's
Yeah.
I'll never know now because I can't ask her, can I? Anyway, I just while I was waiting, I was just drawing some trend lines, thinking like, okay, you can pretty much draw them how you like, can't you? Really, sort of like you think, oh, okay, let's join that wick with that body there and that body there and then that wick there, so that makes that trend line there. And I was thinking, no, that doesn't work. Let's do that wick there with not quite that wick there and that wick there. Okay, that's another one. And then I thought, well, there's 2 touch points with this one up here, so will a third one happen over here? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think there's a proper way to do it. I don't really know exactly what it is, but I think because we were talking about maybe adding tutorial instructional videos and things, that might be a good one just to research a bit. Like 90% of traders are using trend lines wrong and they don't even realize it.
Yeah. Anyway,
but
so
maybe without actually providing the right way, we just have a really negative tutorial video.
Well, I was always told that you want to not worry too much if it's a body or a wick, but you want as many wicks or bodies as possible to touch without going through too many candle bodies, which sounds like kind of rough instructions for doing what you want, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, because what it does show up is if there's one bit of it that just doesn't want to play, like in the middle of the trend line, there's one that just kind of just pokes up through it, then that in itself is probably quite informative. I think it actually tells you that halfway along this trend line there's an attempted breakout through it, but it failed.
Okay.
So from that point of view, I think so rather than like trying to redraw it just to fit what's there, just plow through. It's just getting the overall things. And if it totally doesn't fit, then probably a parallel channel would be the thing to draw. So like a trend line that just won't fit, no matter what you try, suggests that that's also telling you something, isn't it? It's not really a valid sort of, it's not a neat and tidy trend in that sense. There's a bit more going on. There's other forces at play on the price.
So with a parallel channel, I always think, I mean, it's not, you know, something like that would make sense, wouldn't it? But then you've got these bits here.
Then you've got the same problem all over again. Yeah.
Oh, look, 10th of October, and that would have been, can't remember what happened on the 21st of November, but something obviously happened. So, do you ignore them or whatever? I don't know, but I do like
when it's a wick down, when it's a wick below. Just let it wick, but let it dangle. It's because again, it tells you something. It tells you like something's going on. Then, whether you care or not about what actually happened back then, maybe it doesn't actually matter. But it's just the overall thing, isn't it? It's not meant to be like an exact thing. Yeah.
Cool. Anyway, so to get more precise, what I'm going to do is look at the moon phases.
Now we're talking.
now we're talking proper TA, right? Yeah. We will do some proper TA in a moment, but I'm just going to make you aware that tonight is a full moon, so that is a bull moon. And
I was going to say woof woof, but it's not really that, is it? It's moo moo.
Yeah, it's really funny though, because I always think of mooing to do with cows, like the female, like a nice female spotty cow with nice udders and
it's a gentle sound, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't really think of like some sort of raging thing in Pamplona about to kill a matador,
and then it starts mooing and the crowd kind of goes like, oh
imagine those kind of like raging bull and it goes moo
with like deep demon laser eyes and things.
It'd be like, oh, hello, Pedro.
Well, it's like being chased by a bear, isn't it? In one sense, it'd be absolutely bloody terrifying, and probably just realizing that this is the end. But in another sense, just what a cute thing that's about to kind of disembowel you.
If it was some sort of like Sooty the bear, hardly threatening, really. Sort of really, he might get his magic wand out and go izzy busy, let's get izzy busy, let's get busy, and then you might disappear. But other than that, not really too threatening, really. And Anyway, so
TA you mentioned, I think.
Anyway, but generally, this one here, that was in November. That was a nice little pumpage. This one here, probably not so much. That was in October. Actually, that was just before the 10th, wasn't it? So I don't know. The moon didn't tell us that was coming, so that's rubbish. This one's good. This one's good. September, boom, up he went. This one here, not bad. This one here, July, cracking. This one, anyway.
Is there a percent? Do we have probabilities on these?
I will see what of course they build it into the indicator, don't they? No.
There's only one indicator that we know of that does that.
Yeah. What's that then, Maff?
Well, it's funny you should mention. Well, everybody knows.
Yeah. Okay. Right. No, that'd be quite nice actually if it did have sort of like stats built into it. Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it? I do believe though. I think Eric Crown, who I keep mentioning quite a lot. He did some testing with these moon phases, and it was literally like go long on a on a bull moon and close the trade on a bear moon. And I think overall over the last 12 years it would have been profitable, not massively profitable, but overall it would have been profitable. So it's actually if you were to just do that with the moons, then it would actually be better than doing nothing, for example.
So, it's a funny thing with the being profitable thing, because I suppose because if you're careful with your risk management, then obviously you don't have to get every trade absolutely right. I mean, the success rates can be like 50%, or maybe even lower than 50%, but you still end up in a decent profit. It's just like quickly stop out, just keep the losses minimal, but let the profits run and run. Don't let them round trip, obviously, back down again. But
Yeah,
So yeah,
I think that's where, I don't know. I see a lot of things advertised, like bots and um, yeah, things like that. Just people who are
yeah,
selling kind of trading systems, if you like, and it's so
snake
easy
oil.
to,
Yeah,
yeah, because it's so easy to like fudge your stats and say, this wins 65% of trades, which is
yeah.
fine as long as the losses
The
aren't bigger than the wins.
Yeah, because if it's like a 90% drawdown,
Yeah,
then yeah, it's stuffed basically. Well,
yeah. I mean,
actually, entire
the
account virtually wiped out.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, what you want to see is like the equity curve sort of going up, don't you? Really, that's what you
essentially,
really
yeah,
need. Anyway,
yeah.
so moon phases, just be aware of it today because for some reason if nothing else is going to affect something like the moon might, you never know.
Yeah. Well, we
Um,
are kind of technically due for a bit more of a pump, aren't we? Um, so maybe this could be the thing. Um,
well, that
I
sounds
mean,
like
the they're just looking at what we got there. So the moon phase was like the bit. I guess it so yesterday also we pumped. But with the moon phase visible.
do you want me to put the moons back on?
Yeah, yeah. If you wouldn't mind, just for a sec.
Okay,
Just
it is
sorry,
just
I
a
just wait until he removed it and then started commenting on it.
okay. It is just a. If you want to look at it, it's just an indicator called moon phases. There's probably be good if you had
Moon
a
phases plus stats. Or something.
moon phases strategy. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Oh yeah,
Anyway,
because that would tell you overall just how. I mean, I don't know if it's the time or not to get too immersed in
I
that,
I,
but
I, I might look at that some other time.
yeah,
Maybe
because I would definitely tell you all the bits you'd need to know
it would
about the
definitely
drawdown
tell
and the
us. Yeah, yeah.
success rate and so on. But yeah, so can't really quite see. But what time frame is that one on?
And that's on the daily.
On the daily. So okay, yeah. So doesn't include the previous pumpage. So going by the moon phases, then that ought to pump. We ought to see a pump today. Actually, a green day rather than a red day or pink day, whatever you got there.
Well,
So,
yeah. Obviously, that's a green candle. So it started off at 98,642, and then at some point it went up to bloody hell. Is that right? Hang on. So that candle went from 98.5 to 104 on that day.
okay, yeah,
That's
up
incredible.
about what 5%, I guess.
I mean,
that.
like wick to wick,
Yeah,
something like 5.5%. Yeah,
yeah.
that's
So
quite incredible.
yeah, nice. So if we see something like that this time, where would that push the price up to at the end of today?
That one wasn't good though.
No, you're going to get some.
It's a flick of the thing, isn't it? That was a good one. The July one. Hang
Lovely.
on. The July one.
Get the old measuring rod out.
Well, if you go from like the candle open, I suppose, and it to the candle close is probably the fair way to do it. So that's 4%.
Yeah.
So, I mean, today's red so far, so that's not very good, is it?
No, it could be like the coiled spring, or like pulling back the was it like Angry Birds, the slingshot thing,
a catapult.
Pyoing, on upwards. But yeah, so where would a 5% pump take us? I suppose it would have to start from
the candle
from
open,
from the previous close.
Oh, actually, which is the top, isn't it? Because it's a bear candle.
Yeah.
Well, 5% up would be bloody hell. 5% up would be. It's not going to be 5%, is it? Would be 98k.
Okay. Well,
Something like 2% would be 95.3.
yeah.
And then like a -2, for example, would be something like 91.4. Where are we now? 92 point. Yeah, I don't know. It's worth just keeping at the back of your mind, I think, because
yeah. I mean, the thing is also, if we basically had a third bullish green candle in a row, then that's a major sign of market strength if that happens. So I'll be even a little bit dubious that it's going to happen. But but if it does, if the bull moon, this super alpha wolf bull moon, whatever, comes through, then that'd be a huge sign of market strength to come. Not obviously not like bull market is back on, but this relief rally is happening, and it could be a major relief rally.
So just ending today green, you mean?
Yeah. Because like three green dailies in a row.
That was.
Also we've got the previous thing, like with the three black crows thing, with the three red candles in a row. Counts as a major sign of a trend reversal, and just like it's all downhill from here, and so therefore it must be that the other way around is true as well. So.
Yeah, this one was rubbish though, wasn't it? Because you had three in a row then. And
but they were like pathetic candles, weren't they?
Okay, I'll tell you the other thing as well is that if you look at those ones at the bottom, you got like a big red one and a little green one. What we got here is a red. I should make them red rather than purple, shouldn't I? But is a red one and a bigger green one. So that's technically a bullish engulfing. Is that right? Because I'm never sure if you're supposed to include the wicks or not.
Don't know. Just depends on your interpretation, I think. Just
okay.
Sorry, that is a bullish engulfing candle.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So we had that. So that was a good sign of a bottom there, and then. So if we have a green candle today, that would be quite good. Yeah, I mean, when did that happen before?
It has to be like when, exactly that sort of thing, when there's a reversal. So maybe today's wouldn't be quite so significant, a bit anticlimactic, but like because it hasn't been like a steady, descent down and then a reversal of three candles in a row. It's not quite that, is it? Oh, no, nearly. Well, I suppose it was previously. Now it's just kind of stepping its way up. But obviously a green candle is going to be better than a red candle anyway.
Yeah, I did actually notice, is that if you look at the excuse me, look at the yearly candles, we're actually on a red candle now for this year.
Yikes!
That's quite miserable, isn't it?
It is a bit. So like not the most bullish of years in that sense. I mean, obviously that wick though, well, both of them really.
Well, it's like a mega doji, isn't it? Sort of.
It's been a year of highs and lows, I would say.
Yeah, but it'd be weird if that ends the year something like that, wouldn't it? It'd be really strange.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's have a quick look who's here in the thing. And did notice that Florin was here first of all. That's hello, mate. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's you. Right. Bull moon twaddle. Yeah. Well, I've got to justify my thumbnail, haven't I? Sort of, right, Nick's here.
Yeah, exactly. It isn't like when I do the clickbait headlines and things, and then we just talk about anything but what there actually was.
I know. I did think, come and get your astrology news here or whatever.
This changes everything. Yeah.
Right, just to be on the safe side, I'm just going to run the disclaimer. Please note that this content is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not financial advice. Any information or opinions provided are not guaranteed to be accurate or complete. Always conduct your own research before making any financial decisions. A full legal disclaimer is in the description of each video and live stream. Okay.
Can I suggest?
Yeah.
That I think the tone could be toned down a bit. I was hiding behind my microphone while saying that actually. But I think because you could probably say it because it sounded like a public service announcement a bit.
Right.
So like you could soften it, I think, and have a guitar strumming sort of thing. You know, like oh, I've forgotten his name now. The Coin Bureau, the Coin Bureau guy.
Oh, yeah.
I think kind of showed himself to be a bit very just part of the institution in a way,
Right.
the way that all went. But he always did that sort of thing where he'd dress up in fancy dress to do his sort of "this is not financial advice"
Oh,
piece.
yeah.
I'm not stressing you go that far, but because that got a bit silly. But
So what more sort of, hello, nothing in this video should be taken
yeah,
seriously.
exactly. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, just 100%.
All right, okay, I'll do it. All right.
Sure.
Might all that.
Because may as well, just it can be a little bit surreal.
You're not supposed to
but
enjoy
still
the
get the message
disclaimer.
across.
It's just supposed to be there, just to sort of stop the channel getting banned. It's like you're not supposed to enjoy it or even watch it.
Yeah, exactly. Because no one in their right mind is going to. I was going to say no one's actually going to actually take our advice.
Yeah, I'm not going to take any notice about it unless it's got some nice strumming in the background.
Essentially, now this sounds, quite authoritative, like, or quite authentic, as they say.
Yeah, I don't know. Right, okay, point taken. I tell you what, I've got a pile of Solana in me pocket burning a hole that I want to use.
Okay.
And I've just noticed the price is having a little bit of a tumble actually.
Showing a bit of a wobbly.
Oh, it's not that big, is it? Oh dear. I should probably use
Is that doing that in line with Bitcoin? Are they doing the same thing?
Let's stick them both on. Bitcoin. Oh, got me. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay. So let's just pop Quadzilla on this one as well, so I can see what we're doing. Or was it there already? Yeah, I've got two now, haven't I? Sorry, I turned it off so I could just concentrate on the moons, wouldn't it? This thing on Solana's sort of concerned me a bit. Sort of this level down here at 128 on the hourly that we seem to have, because I know we had these ones before, and when it was going up there, and I was thinking, oh, okay, will it retrace those? And it kind of did that one. I thought, oh right, that's it. And then it went good on down to there. I thought, oh, that's definitely it. And then it did all three, and then I wondered if it might do that sort of thing again. Anyway,
one thing, sorry to keep jumping in like this, but because that just made me think that one way that you can approach the retracement levels when they're stacked like that, you can kind of just look at it in terms of probability. So, like, the first one is a almost certain probability setup. The next one is like a pretty high probability. The one below that is the lower probability setup. But and then just in terms of like finding a good entry for the ride back up, it's like you could look at maybe entering the first, or maybe just see that one as confirmation that we've reached that. Do you see what I mean? And then like have like buy orders set. That kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Anyway, I just bear in mind that's what I'm looking for at the moment. I'm looking for a nice pullback on Solana. I don't know if that is relevant to anything in the world at all, but I just thought I'd mention it.
It is if you want to trade it, I suppose.
Well, it is for me, obviously, but I'm not sure if anybody else wants to. But I'm sure they might want a little go if we see an opportunity. Anyway, talking of opportunities, should we do the honours?
Sure.
There's a little bit at the end of that when I swear I can hear you sniggering, or is that you really sniggering? Oh, hang on. You've muted yourself. Maff, you're muted.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can anyone hear what's going on?
I made a brilliant joke just then as well.
Well, you just muted yourself.
Yeah.
What was the joke?
Damn it. Well, you asked if I was sniggering, and I said, no, I wasn't sniggering. I was more chortling. That was it. It sounded better in my mind when I originally said it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, shall I share the screen?
Yes.
Yeah, please. Okay, let's do that.
No, but right at the end, it sounds like there is some sort of human type noise there, like a laugh. But
I don't know. Yeah, I can't say I've noticed that at all.
maybe it's just me. I'm not sure. Maybe
possibly.
like maybe my brain has put it in because it expects it or something. Weird.
Could be, right. Cue audience laughter, like canned laughter or whatever.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh, sorry, wrong one.
Exactly that. Yeah.
Just exactly that. It goes on, that one.
Yeah. I was just trying to think of a Married with Children line or something to put in there, but one didn't spring to mind. Others. Peggy, you're taking all my money. And then silence.
Yeah. I don't know the show massively, actually, but I'm aware of it.
I used to quite enjoy it when I was a lot younger.
Okay.
I think if I rewatched it now, a lot of the humour would just be quite puerile. So maybe I'd appreciate it even more now.
I can never quite see why he was with her, actually, or why she was with him, actually. Sort of,
There is that, yeah.
But
analyse that sometime. Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
Oh,
right. So
you're poised.
Yeah. Look at this. We got. I just happened to have this Quadzilla tab open when I shared the screen. So
I tell you what, before Black Friday, we used to have that. So the default price that was showing was the price it cost per, annually
on the monthly,
annually divided by the thingy. So it didn't seem quite so. So it seemed like an amazing bargain, which it is an amazing bargain. But I don't know if that's the better thing to show by default, actually, because I don't think we're fooling anyone. Everyone knows it's cheaper if you buy it annually.
Yeah, for sure. So the monthly price anyway, yeah, is a ridiculously cheap £80 a month. Just given what we see over and over again with all of it really, but the retracement levels and all the other bits and pieces. It's you basically make that back very, very quickly, probably in a single trade, and then that's your month sorted out. On the yearly, it works out £60 a month, which is just even more ridiculously cheaper. And if you look at it in terms of what it is per week, it's difficult to divide. So the monthly is like 20 quid a week, isn't it? So it's anyway. Let's move on from that. And also just a quick reminder as well. Anyone watching who isn't in the Discord, do join the Discord. It's basically it's a traders Discord, and we do lots of TA, just chart price analysis and stuff, and discussions about just the state of the market and the world and altcoins every now and again and so on. It's just well worth it, I say. So yeah, let's jump from there onto a nice calming scene. What bear market? Okay, so this was pretty much yeah, well, the same lines anyway that I posted into the Discord earlier on this morning, and but let's look at these. So what I posted in was this on the 1 hour, the 2 hour, and the 4 hour, just because the sheer amount of ranging that was going on was quite striking, quite spectacular, I thought, because we kind of got. I mean that was back into late November, but that ranging just there was quite something. But then that level, that top level, just kind of carried on hit again, and into December remains kind of relevant. Even now is kind of a support level. So excuse me, that's one that's worth keeping in mind. And then similarly, top of that kind of mini range, also a significant support level. So that's at 92.2, and the other one at just 92, basically. So $200 difference between them. Could be the difference between a good, sort of trade entry and being stopped out. Who knows? And then similarly, this level here, there's that all that ranging going on. Obviously, it's down in this channel, kind of straddled the fence for a little while, but then kind of worked its way up. There's that, and so each of those has proven kind of like a fairly sort of reliable range in which to trade in, and then this, I may have drawn that in on probably on the 30-minute, maybe. So possibly. Can't remember why I drew that in. I think I was just trying to find trying to draw a narrative, as you were kind of saying before. Ends up with a slightly dubious trend line. But, it was an ascending price direction, and then it broke below it, came down. I think when I drew that, it may have been the prices around here, so I was thinking like, well, sorry, when I drew it, the price is here, I think. 10 a.m. Maybe. So, and then just looking at, well, okay, is the price going to come down and just bounce off that again? And it didn't. So, came down. So now, is that going to be resistance for the price to come back up to? Because when it does, let's do that, maybe. Just. So it might meet resistance kind of there, 93, from about 93 and a half upwards, I would think, or just whenever it kind of hits that level, it might not get through on the first attempt. If it does, brilliant, boom, and that might even become another bit of price compression there. So it would be nice, or it might do that. I mean, if it does that, it'll probably just come down to there, maybe. Who knows?
Okay.
But just ranging channels, kind of good things. So, that is on the 30-minute. Maybe if we have a look on the 12. Now we get some resistant. We get some retracement levels in there too. That one played out very nicely. Down, up, then down in the same candle. This is fairly sharp reversal there, bounced off the line again. So, and in fact now we do see that one as well, which is at 93.1. So, kind of ties in with this level a bit. That if that does come up, it might kind of, well, in fact, because there's a bit of a liquidity area just there, isn't there? So price might come back to that and down to sort of to complete that. So that's a possibility. That there's probability there that might see something like that. Aside from that, I mean, you could almost say that Bitcoin is looking a bit boring at the moment because it's doing predictable things. But but for trading, that's kind of what you want, isn't it? You kind of want it to be a bit predictable.
Completely, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So good old Bitcoin has found a range that we can kind of that we can play in. So let's do another 3 minute, just for fun. Gonna have a look at that. Yeah, I mean that's looking pretty good. So 91.4.
So
Still within, sorry, just still within just kind of what we're seeing from the, from the higher time frame analysis. So that then kind of becomes a bit handy. Yeah.
okay. So at the moment, I kind of noticed that we're not quite seeing so many of those kind of retracement things generally at the moment. Is that just because it's kind of like because it's going sideways a bit? Is it?
Yeah,
Or
quite
not?
possibly. So yeah, so in which case you're only kind of seeing them on the lower time frames. So I think that's as my local AI would say, that's a very astute observation, and it shows some deep knowledge of charting and so on, because AIs do like to butter you up a bit, don't they, when they when you ask a question like that. I was just thinking, I was only asking about trend lines, but yeah. So I think so, because like if looking on the on here, well, there's a few. Were there particular time frames you're looking at?
Well, literally, I'm just kind of
Or maybe
I
not.
am. I mean, I've got a little Bitcoin long open. It's long from quite a while ago, so
Right.
it's nicely in profit. But I've got
Yeah.
I want to add a little bit more into it, but obviously I'm looking for a pullback for doing that. So at the moment, the only thing I'm sort of looking at is the 12-minute time frame that has one down at like 91.7, which looks actually, was that near your line you were just talking about? I think it probably was, wasn't it?
Sorry, I missed the
So
thing. Is it
91.7, I think.
on the 1 hour? Is that, or
Yeah, the 12-minute that was.
doesn't it? Okay. So 91. Oh, this one. Yeah. So yeah, essentially. So you were pretty much long from there. Is that
Oh no, I'm long from. Hang on a sec.
sure?
No, I'm well, I have to find out now. Hang on a sec. Talk amongst yourselves.
You can say approximately if you want to see.
I can't remember, to be honest. And so it's on BitGet. Right. Okay. Oh. Right. So I am long from. Well, I've actually got 3 trades. Actually, I'm using like BGB, BTC, and ETH as the margin on BitGet. So one of them is the entry is 90.055. Another one is 89.962 and
Yeah.
8. So about 90,000 really for all of them.
Gosh. Okay. That's
So they're all like,
pretty much from there, more or less, from that line.
yes. So the best one's 50% profit.
Lovely. That make for a good screenshot to go into winning trades. I think.
Well, that's the idea. And they'll be
Maybe
3.
screenshot it now while it says 50%, and
If you do that,
before the round trips all the way back down.
yeah, well, that's what happens, isn't it? As soon as you do the screenshot, it kind of it just goes down. So I won't do that. I shouldn't have even mentioned it, But yeah, so they're all from about, so they're all from about 90,000. So what I'm looking for though is one, I've got a little bit more capital I want to put in, sort of thing. So I'm looking for that kind of pullback. So
Yeah.
so that's why I'm quite sort of, well, not desperate, but I'm looking for some nice level for it to retrace to. But I suppose that would be the bottom of that range you were just talking about, wasn't it? wouldn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. So, I mean, actually, that just retraced very nicely. Um, so, wink and back down. That's kind of textbook virtually. So that's over a period of. Sorry, it's got slightly distracted with this. An hour, just over an hour and a bit, an hour and 10 minutes. And would it be, well, 0.37%, 39. Because I guess we're talking quite a small range, but you trade what you got in front of you, really, don't you? But yeah, it's a little scalp trade right there. Anyway, sorry, yeah. So the range, if I go to back to the 30, perhaps. That could be its range there now, just between there and there. If it does that, it would be kind of nice. Although just that is quite a small range. It's only like, come on, let me draw. You can do it. Yeah, about 0.5%. So, depending what else kind of happens to it, really. If it broke down, then that's down to like 92.2 and 91.9, just under 92 on that one. This is probably one of those lines that you could probably adjust it one way or the other to suit. So it's the usual thing where it apart from that middle range, it is looking mid-range at the moment. It's just like it feels like it needs to commit to one direction or the other. Is this just like a bit of a pause for breath? Because that's the predominant range there, isn't it? Is it a pause for breath before the next leg up? Or is that basically it? Like if we kind of come back out to that, because it's only that in the scheme of things, isn't it? Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, overall it's an upward trend. So, kind of worst case. Oh, wow, okay. That could well come into play. Say if did a bit of that, and then say if it was kind of like just go straight to it through there and then off there. Do you know what I mean? It's totally hypothetical. Only, I mean, the extension of that, like heading back up, is only based on just what I'd like to see happen. But given that retracement level there, it's just kind of, well, that could be the price magnet or detection of the price. Oh, there are two of them as well. So that probably is significant. So yeah, detection of the price magnet that's kind of going to pull the price down. If this just ascending thing stays as support, then it could bounce there, depending how quickly it comes down, really, sort of 85-ish, and then kind of back up. And it would complete that structure, and then start to form a new one, which might, and then we might get a new trend, a steeper trend, if things, if the super duper wolf full moon thing does, does do its thing, and pulls the price upwards. So
yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Anyway, right, Mr. Delta's here. Hello, mate. Space Catty, bom dia. Space Catty saying, I'm tempting to make a short.
Well, hey, yeah. Excited to make a short there.
But that probably doesn't translate to Portuguese very well. But
okay,
anyway,
sure, so we're not just laughing for the hell of it. It's just
Anyway, so right, I assume he says I'm tempting to make a. I'm tempted maybe to make a short. Does it make sense? What is your actual reason for doing that? Is it just because it's gone up a lot? Because I think that can sometimes be a mistake, can it? To think if something's gone up, it's definitely going to come down.
I can see why that would be tempting looking at that. Of course, it could be just a bull flag, next leg up. But just given that retracement, well, another double, one finished, another one picked up at the same level, at 3,071 2. So we'd have that, and then that might be the thing. It's a tricky one. I mean, red background there has been looking a bit overbought. Obviously the faster moving momentum stochastic oscillator has kind of been as it does, it's the fastest to react, and it's kind of pulling at the leash to come down. The slower moving or slower to react kind of the white thingy oscillator thing average, it's got a bit more wisdom, so it's just like, whoa, hold your horses there, let's just stay up here for a little while. So that might range. Then 2.8 could come down to that potentially. Similarly, that retracement level that was kind of perfect, that could well still be in play. That could be a thing.
Yeah, I must admit I don't want it to, because I'm actually nicely long with Ethereum. It's actually my best trade so far, actually.
Yeah. So I'd say there's potential downside, but I'm feeling at the moment that might well just be, say, it might just be a bull flag, and still showing strength really. That's just on the 4 hour. What about?
So your bull flags where just that little bit.
Yeah, just like beep boop.
Okay. Yeah.
It's because also you kind of see that sort of thing in Elliott waves as well, because you get like the sort of the impulsive move up, and then the slight correction, and then another impulsive move, and so on. It's part of it, So that could be for me. So that could be the part 1 of the Elliott wave. That's the 2. Then the 3 would be longer. Then the 4 is another one. And then I guess the 5 is a bit more up. Then you get the correction at ABC. So it's like usually the thing about Elliott waves is that once you realise it's formed that, it's often seems a bit late to trade it, unless you're using it as a point at which to say, well, okay, I could think about taking profit now, because it's reaching the end of its thing. So,
do you know a good resource to learn about Elliott waves?
Yeah, SaveWithCrypto. I think there's going to be a really informative video coming up on SaveWithCrypto very soon, or on the new channel, quite soon, which will be all about Elliott waves.
Oh, really?
And how to use them, especially using them in conjunction with Quadzilla, because that's really when you get some real advantages, because it actually is amazing how quite often the retracement levels show up at each of the change in the price direction points of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps, and similarly down here, the momentum oscillator tends to very often just show also when you're likely to see that reversal as well. So yeah.
Oh, cool.
That's my slightly cheeky answer to that one.
Well, I wasn't honestly sort of trying to self-shill there, because I just generally don't know much about them really. But
yeah,
so it probably won't be.
I mean, apart from that, I would say just go to YouTube and Google them, and a whole bunch of tutorials and things come up.
Yeah, no, I just wondered if you found something in particular that was I know there's a bit of naming of things because it goes like 1, 2, 3, and then ABC, doesn't it? And
Yeah,
all
well, there's like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there are rules in there, like the three. I think kind of has to be the longest. So it's like testing me now because it's been a while since I looked at it. But say if that was the 1, then you get the 2, which is a pullback. The next impulsive move would be the 3, which is longer, then the 4, and then the 5, which wouldn't be as long as the 3. But then you kind of get rules in there like the pullback. It's something like, I might be making this up a bit, but it can't go like more than some distance down into the 1. And so it certainly wouldn't kind of come down lower than the 1, because then it's just not an Elliott wave. It's just something else. And similarly, if that pullback comes back, it wouldn't engulf all of the 3 and so on. Then the ABC is just kind of that, essentially. It's got its own set of rules and things. So that's the crux of it. And then you just, depending how much detail you go into it, it's just, there could be all kinds of just things and whatnot. You can draw that sort of thing and that sort of thing for various reasons, and detecting things and so on. So yeah, we should definitely do a video on that. I think a tutorial thing.
yeah, I don't think it's good if I do it because I haven't a clue. But if you want to, that'd be brilliant.
Yeah, I've been making a list of just things that we could cover. I was thinking, there's that. Actually, I'll add Elliott waves. Excuse me while I type. Elliott waves. I've put Eves. Elliott Eves.
I think the thing is, every time I looked at Elliott waves and stuff, it seems like, okay, this is like quite a large, complex subject. It's going to take me like 10 videos and then doing lots of practice after each one to sort of get it under my belt. So I suppose everybody wants to, can you tell me Elliott waves in 5 minutes, which is probably not going to work, is it? But maybe something like,
honestly, it's pretty much that. I know what you mean, because I was quite bamboozled looking at it and thinking like, geez, how long is this going to take to learn? Have I got time? But you sort of get to the end of some of these videos and you realise, well, it's basically that, and that. There is more to it. It's like how to spot them, and you get different patterns within those, because obviously the price doesn't necessarily neatly just go like that in straight lines. It's so you kind of have to like spot the Elliott waves, or spot the different stages of it, the impulsive move and so on, like within this kind of thing, and then it becomes like kind of like fractal charting, doesn't it? So like you've probably got like mini Elliott waves within those, and then larger scale ones and so on. So there's details to it when you get more into it, but yeah, I think just a tutorial that starts with that and then kind of drills into it a bit.
All right. I was just you're actually still on Ethereum, aren't you? Yeah. Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just thinking on the 4 hour actually. There's a quite a nice red background appearing on the momentum oscillator on the 4 hour.
Okay.
So
is it that one?
Yeah. So I don't know. Space Cat might be onto something.
Yeah. So it is possible.
Just a matter of how far it'll go, isn't it?
Yeah, because like that red background, for example, it's kind of true, in the sense that the market was looking a bit tired at that point. Doesn't always necessarily lead to a strong pullback, though. It's just like more. There's a slight downward trend. It's however,
Yeah.
I think when there's been a steep ascent like that, then that's kind of different, isn't it? That could well be. I think probably have a pretty good idea in the next.
It is, but the other thing I was looking at as well is obviously I look at the 21 and 55 EMA cross sort of thing. So that
Oh, crikey! I just realised. Yeah, I haven't got.
so that happened on the 4 hour. That's happened on the 5 hour, and I think it's pretty much there on the 6 hour. Yeah, the 6 hours. The 6 hours now cross bullish as well.
Okay.
With Ethereum.
Let's do that.
So,
6H, my newfound superpower.
I know, it's good, isn't it? So even that's cross bullish now, which even though you've got the momentum sort of getting a bit what do you call it, getting a bit overbought.
Yeah.
I would say that the trend is still, certainly while the EMAs are like that, the trend is pretty strongly changing to the upside, I would say. So,
yeah, for sure.
So you might be standing in front of a freight train again,
which is never really a good thing, unless it's not moving. But
well, the only good thing about them is you can just jump out of the way, can't you? Sort of.
If you're quick enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's kind of interesting. You got like the two. So it's this again, isn't it? Where that retracement finished, the next one started at the same level. So there's something significant about that price basically. That.
Sorry, which one are you looking at now?
Well, these two. So that that price, that 2,990. So,
yeah.
So it's definitely. So even if the price doesn't immediately come down to that level, it probably will at some point. It'll react again with that level, I would think, because it's obviously it's been support just about, and it's been the middle of a liquidity area, middle of an order block, really, and wasn't really resistance, but it's been support. Oh yeah, it's been support all the way through that. So that could well continue to be a fairly reliable area of support if it comes down to there. If it doesn't, because it's obviously pulling back a bit, isn't it? Where else could it drop to? Maybe there. Just draw that in. That could be a place that. Where am I looking at? Maybe there. Equally, because it's bounced from there before. Kind of there. Touch that level there and touch that level there. Well, broke slightly above it and came back down again. Kind of touch it there. So that price 3,070. So either of those two really. It might just carry on up from where it is. Keep in mind, just realise on the 2 hour, it kind of completed that bearish retracement level. So that in fact actually told us exactly where pretty much it was going to hit, and you might think about closing a position because it's then like pulling back from that 3,202. But then it is just like, oh wow, I mean down here this is looking kind of like a sea of red, isn't it? Actually got a super down as well. So, and that's generally kind of coming down. So, but again, that could be a bit bull flaggy. It's like just pausing for breath before heading back up. But like you pointed out, the EMA trend is looking strong at the moment, and it had that cross up on the 2 hour as well.
It is. Which makes me generally think, I think the moon might do its work today. You never know.
Yeah, fingers crossed while we're doing superstition. So, but yeah, I think also a good sign will be if it stays above the 9 EMA, then that's definitely still bullish. Or even if it dips below it, as long as it comes back up and closes above it. Excuse me. Or doesn't spend more than one candle, below. Like as long as there isn't a candle that opens and closes completely below the 9 EMA, we could, being very, very charitable, giving it the most chances, I guess.
Yeah.
But the more convincingly above the 9 EMA it is, then I think that the more convincing its chances, the higher probability that it'll carry on up, and that minor pullback would be complete. So, on the 1 hour, it's looking a bit more kind of, as pullbacks go, that one's looking a bit more rangy there, isn't it? So, yeah. I just realised I'm kind of half off the... I think it's because I'm leaning back and I'm in a funny position, so I'm just trying to stay central there. Also, it's bad posture, isn't it? Like leaning back and then scrunching down. God, I'm trying to just kind of turn into a midget hunchback for my older age when I get to. I don't know, just so yeah. I mean, I guess we spent quite a bit of time on ETH there, haven't we? So anything else? Oh, if we got time, I was going to have a quick look at if I can find the thing. Excuse me, sorry. Just what's today, the 12th? 12:04. Yeah, if I could probably just hide. Well, actually not on that one. Anyway, let's go back to Bitcoin. You still there, by the way?
Yeah, I'm still there. I'm just waiting for the end of your sentence.
Sorry, no, I tend to pause for a long time halfway through a sentence, halfway through and then eventually get to it. So,
I forgot where the start of it was, though.
yeah, it's right back at the start of the live stream, I think. So, yeah, what I was going to do was just maybe go to the weekly.
Okay.
Have a quick look, and just now kind of let's just go very, very kind of minimalist for this, I think. So, just in terms of kind of, are we seeing a repeat of the November 2021? It was November, I think. Yeah, cycle top. In the sense that actually it's here, isn't it? There's November 21. Hit the peak, which is all nice to see, and then we dropped. I think people didn't quite believe that was the end of the bull market at that point. There's a lot of still calling for higher prices, like Bitcoin's going to hit 100, etc., etc. It's on the cards. You're not bullish enough, yada yada. So we dropped, had a bit of a pullback, a relief rally. And that was kind of towards the end of 2021, and I think a lot of people just felt that their disbelief was validated, and that after all, that was just even just from the close down to there, it's like a 30% pullback. It's normal in a bull market. You see 30% pullbacks. It's we're just going to carry on heading on up. Also, that turned out to be a bit of a it's not really a fake out, is it? Because I think it's just normal price action, really, that you expect that, don't you? Price drops a long way, you get a bit of a recovery, and then carries on down, ranging again, recovery. Excuse me. In fact, another relief rally there, when people probably thought, well, I see, I was right. Heading back up, let's buy back in. All the Bitcoin that we sold at a loss down here, now we got a chance to buy back in, and so on. Then it dropped again, did it again, and then down again, and so on. That was like the major capitulation. Then just down into the doldrums. This is looking similar. I think there's the similar sort of. I mean, there has been a fair amount of disbelief, isn't there, that this is the end of the bull market. That this time is different. I really hope it is. Maybe it is different, but so far it's just looking kind of
So
similar to that one, I think.
I've got lost slightly. So what are you looking at?
Right. So similarity, I think, between the November 21 cycle top here,
Right.
in the way that it went. There's a major pullback, and then we got a relief rally there, convincing everyone that it was just like a 30% pullback. We're still in the bull market, because 30% pullbacks are perfectly normal in a bull market. We're just going to
So
do that, then carry on up. It didn't, and then we got another relief rally, and then just blop down into the crypto winter.
so that's about where you think we could be right now, yeah?
It's
In a small relief rally.
Yeah, it's a possibility, because
Yeah.
the other one, I didn't really count the wick for that, so the pullback there, it's been about the same, 30% again, exactly the same. Now we're seeing that relief rally. It might even, if it gets up to, I think if it gets, so we talked about 108, maybe 107, 108 as maybe being the top, potentially 110. Maybe draw, but anyway, I'll come back to that in a second. But then, assuming that happens, should I delete all those now? I think I've kind of done all of that. So yeah, if it did that and then kind of faked everyone out and just draws down again, then actually, maybe it's on again, another relief rally, and then down, and so on. As in, like, just doing normal price action, as any kind of chart does. But yeah, so just something to keep in mind, that each time this goes up, the internet loses its mind, and everybody just so even desperately wants the bull market to still be on, to see kind of higher tops and things. But yeah, it's just not, the timing is for that. It kind of depends though. So there is all of this, the sort of wider bullish narrative and just the macroeconomic events and so on. But because it's going to take those a while to kick in, and some of them don't even really kind of start until into next year, let alone having time to kick in. So previously, I think I measured this out before, where the amount of time on average that it takes to get from the market cycle top down to the market cycle bottom, in the midst of the bear market, before it kind of starts to recover again, and that would have taken us through to I think it was like maybe October, November of next year. So the possibility is that, I think, assuming this just follows the cycle like it always does, alt season be damned, then it might. So the hopium case, I think, is that it might be a muted bear market in terms of the drawdown. Might just come down to maybe sort of levels we've already kind of seen, whether it drops below the 75k mark. So it might even just be that range there for a bit. And this time, just because it's on average kind of gone to this kind of amount of time before things start to look up again, maybe it'll be a really short bear market because of the macroeconomic conditions that are happening. All of the positive US stuff, Japan printing, China, I think printing, or have been a lot, haven't they? But and just the sort of stocks and shares, stock markets looking bullish, US printing. What else? Yeah, interest rate, Fed bringing the interest rate down, making for easy money, cheap money, cheap borrowing. Once that all starts to kick in, either this will shorten the crypto winter, or it'll just mute it with, because but even then, if it does carry on towards like Q4 of next year, it might only do this, and then up again. Well, probably up at a shallower angle. So there's hopium in the negativity. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a thesis. Well, it's not exactly a scientifically prepared thesis. I wouldn't win a PhD on it or anything like that. But so yeah, either muted but takes around about the same amount of time, or just a much shorter bear market. So like it could be a micro bear market.
Okay. Cool. Right. All right. So to summarise,
Yeah.
the moon might pull the price up a bit today, but it might not go that far. And if it does come down, it might not be that far either. Something like that. Is that right? No.
I don't know. It's just probably. Yeah.
Anyway.
So to summarise, probably. Yeah.
You might have to spin back the video to the live stream to get a more accurate picture. But yeah, so I'm still looking at my Solana, still looking at that price coming down to my entry, which I think is going to be around 141 point something. So
Sure.
that's what I'm doing today.
Where's Solana? There. Okay.
That should be quite good fun. Just before we started the stream, me and Maff were having a little discussion about the name of me of the second channel. This is going to be more of a backup channel and a kind of just more of an experimental channel. And I called it SWC Trading. Maff was suggesting SWC Trades. I just had a look to see if I could change it, and the actual the little, I'm not doing what they call it, the little at thing.
Yeah, the handle, I guess.
The handle thing.
Yeah.
SWC Trades isn't available, so I think.
Oh, wow, okay.
So I think for keeping it neat, I think we'll keep it as SWC Trading, and actually, so I think we're stuck with that.
You're quite well. I don't know. You might be smitten with it now as well. It's taken. So.
Well, I don't know who's got it. I'll have to have a look. But
no. I mean SWC Trading. It might have imprinted on your mind now as.
Oh, I see.
As that's what it is.
Yeah. Well, no, nothing's set in stone, is it? But the other thing I was thinking as well is I think trading might be a slightly better word SEO wise, like search engine wise.
That's a good point.
Because people might look for like, how do I learn trading, rather than sort of like, show me the trades. I don't know.
Yeah. No. Possibly. Yeah. It's a good point actually. Yeah. Like trading explained, trading 101. That kind of thing. It's all trading. Now you mention it.
Yeah. So it might be a slightly better word. So we'll leave it like that. I will just pop the.
Some interesting things shown here, just on Solana. I think I misdrew that one. So where's your trade at the moment? Your Solana trade?
I haven't got one at the moment.
Oh, okay, sure.
I'm looking for an entry on it, but I'm doing what I usually do. I'm looking at it on the 1, 3, and 12-minute time frame. So I'm looking for that kind of level around about 141.4 ish, which has got.
Yeah.
But it might go a bit lower. It might go down to 138 again. I'm not sure, which was where my entry was yesterday.
Yeah.
But that was nice actually. I made quite a nice chunk.
Yeah. Interesting things happening. It's yeah, that's don't know, is that worthy of a line there? Maybe, I don't know. Excuse me. In fact, what I could do, having just drawn all those in, I might actually delete them all. No, I mean, first of all, I'm just going to drop down to having drawn those, to the 12-minute to see what we get. That's kind of nice. So, yeah, so 141, and then that one kind of ties in with that, really, doesn't it? That that was a beautiful bullish retracement there, up, down,
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Oh God, that's me daughter requesting my presence again.
Sure.
Okay, so bearing that in mind,
I'm probably done. Yeah.
Okay, right. Thank you very much for everyone coming along. Right, we'll be back tomorrow, and for information, the level I was talking about there on Solana, it's not like I've just set a limit order there and I'm just going to walk away and hope for the best. When it gets down there, I'll be looking at everything else with Quadzilla. I'll be looking, for a real sign that it has actually got near a bottom there. So that's what I'll be doing. So don't jump into anything with what I just said.
What I would say with that is that based on again going back to the 9 EMA, which I think is probably kind of underrated as an EMA. It's so the price is very much below that. It's dropped below it, and does that really help? I don't know. Dropped below it. It's kind of then stayed well below it. Now it's accelerating away from it even. So that's a definite sort of, the price is coming down, isn't it? Well, it's going up at the moment, but overall the price is coming down, I think, on Solana. Even if that's a bullish candle, I think it would have to break well above, and then go well above the 9 EMA to stand a chance of reversing that and heading back up. So I think that seems like there's more downside there in the meantime.
Yeah. So I will observe carefully when it gets down to there, if it gets down to there. But I'm actually trading it on Bitunix, so I'm actually using Solana as the asset. So it's one of those things where, like, if I miss the trade, I'm not going to feel too bad if it sort of rockets upwards because I've got Solana anyway,
True.
So there is that.
Bit of
as
a
well.
win-win.
Kind of. Well, sort of.
Unless you lose, in which case.
That one. Yeah, brilliant. Anyway, so we have got a nice offer on Bitunix at the moment. I forgot what the current one. Oh, the current one is if you're a new user. Let's get the thing up. So I just said goodbye, and then now I'm just rabbiting, aren't I? So if you are a new user, I think you get. I think I can't remember what it is now. I think you get like a really good. I think it's 30% cash back on your deposit. I think. If you're a new user, unfortunately, if you're an existing one using our link, then you don't get that. But what you do get is if you achieve certain trading volumes, you get bumped up in the VIP level, which means you pay less fees. And for anyone who's actually in the Discord who is doing quite a lot of trading on Bitunix anyway, and that if they think they're achieving quite a good trading volume and they're not the VIP level they want, do DM me or Maff in the probably me actually.
Probably you got the contact.
Do DM us in the Discord, because we have actually got a guy from Bitunix in the Discord who has been able to bump people up to like VIP 7 if they've got nice.
I wouldn't say no to that, to be fair.
No, it just makes the fees almost free. So that is another advantage about the Discord. Right, I've got to go because I've said I'd be there in a few minutes. So right, so it's good afternoon from me.
Good afternoon from himself.
All right, take care, everyone. See you tomorrow.